Hey, good morning, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well today. My name is Chris Wells. I'd like to welcome you to our first USPS Promotions webinar of 2021. This is the overview session. So our goal today is to give you a general overview of all the different programs that are going to be coming up this year. And we're pretty excited about it. There's some changes to the programs that we think are good, but also we have a lot of wonderful information to share with you as we go through each one in terms of real life case studies, because a lot of our customers did participate in the programs last year. You may be one of them. We hope that you were. Just some meeting logistics before we get started. You're all on mute as normal. We have a decent sized group today, so we want to keep the background noise low. You can, however, ask questions in your control panel when you logged in. You'll notice there's a little orange arrow. And with that orange arrow, you can expand that control panel and ask a question, and we'll leave some time at the end for answering those. Additionally, there are two handouts today. So in that same control panel, you will see the handout section. One is a pretty handy calendar that the USPS has put out that shows you all of the promotions. It shows you what class of mail they apply to, the registration dates, as well as when the program actually runs. So it's a nice overview that you can kind of print out and keep handy. The second one is a listing of all of our webinars that are going to be taking place. So the schedule is set for 2021, subject to change. We don't think it will, but I reserve the right to change in case anything happens. But you can download that as well in case you want to start planning out when you may be able to attend some of these webinars. Third and final, in the chat window where it said welcome to the webinar, I dropped a link in there. We did our open house, a virtual open house for our new facility in Canton last Wednesday, and there was a pretty big demand for an encore presentation. So if you want to register for that, we're doing it on the 27th at noontime. We did it 5 to 7 when we actually did the presentation, so I think that wasn't convenient for everybody. If you haven't seen it and you want to see it, or if you saw it and you just want to see it again, it's an abbreviated version. Feel free to click that link, and you'll get signed up for the encore presentation. All right, with that, let's get rocking and rolling. So 2021, we're pretty excited about it. I'm going to go through the overview, and then we're going to go into a real cursory description of each one of the sessions that we'll be doing throughout the year. One of the things we're super excited about this year is that we have a theme traveling through the decades. So each one of these promotions is going to be themed around a specific decade. Tactile, sensory, and interactive being the first one that is themed around the out of sight 60s. So we think you're going to get a kick out of it, and hopefully it'll make it entertaining, and we'll try to bring back some memories and put some feelings of nostalgia in all of you. So what's happening in 2021? Well, first of all, last year, customers of DS Graphics Universal Wild saved over $150,000 in postage through participation in these programs, not an insignificant amount. The most popular one by far was Informed Delivery, but we did have participation in every other program throughout the course of the year. And with the customers that I've worked with directly on this, the postage savings was dwarfed by the increase in return on investment that they got by utilizing some of these techniques. So that's really where the excitement is, and we hope that you'll see that as we go through each one of these programs. So here's the calendar. Again, this is a handout. You can download this. It's super handy. Shows you the registration period, shows you when the program actually runs, and it delineates it by class of mail. So if you know that, for example, you're only doing marketing or standard mail, you can see which programs apply to that and which ones are limited to first class only and which ones apply to both. So again, handy chart, download it, print it out, put it on your wall somewhere so that you know when these things are coming up. They are pretty long. There's not a lot of really short programs. So what's happening in 2021? Same topics, but some changes that are pretty exciting. So first of all, we kick off with tactile, sensory, and interactive. This is really neat. So this is pretty much only marketing mail and nonprofit mail. So you're not going to use this for your first class mail. You will get a 2% discount on the postage. That happens right up front. It doesn't matter if you're pre-sorting. It doesn't matter if you're co-mingling. Any postage method you use, you're going to be able to save that 2%. In terms of eligibility, any specialty inks, any specialty papers. We talk a lot in this webinar, if you choose to attend the whole webinar, about scented papers, and it's actually edible papers and other types of specialty substrates. Anything interactive, folds out, cool, three-dimensional, things like that. and also specialty envelopes. So again, this will be a 60s theme. We think you're going to love the direct mail piece. We're going to send this to the address we have on file. Some of you, we do have your home address, but if we only have your work address, that's where it's going. We think you're going to like these pieces. So if any of these direct mail campaigns you want to receive at an address other than your work, just drop me a note at connect@dsgraphics.com. And we'll make sure that we can add you to the database and that those pieces go to wherever you may be working from these days. Second one is emerging and advanced technology, my personal favorite, and some pretty cool advancements in this particular category this year. Runs March 1st through August 31st, applies to all classes of mail. Again, it's a 2% discount. You have to use one of the advanced and emerging technologies that the USPS has identified. That is not a QR code. That's not a emerging and advanced technology. You can, however, utilize a QR code to launch into some of these technologies, and we'll go over that in the session. But any type of expanded reality, that includes augmented reality, mixed mode augmented reality, virtual reality, all of these different classes of expanded reality we'll review in the webinar. Digital integration, so we're talking about personalized addressable television ads. We're talking about near field communication. Any type of video, whether it's an enclosed video mailer or whether it's launched through an augmented reality video that doesn't actually exist in real life, you just see it through your phone. Bluetooth technology, being able to use the direct mail to launch an app that can then tie into Bluetooth transmitters you may have around your retail location or elsewhere. And digital assistants. So digital assistants, that's the Google Home and the Alexa. I never say it out loud in case you're working from home. Those have always been on the program. This year, we've got some super exciting news. If you don't know, voice is the future of marketing, right? If you look at all of the advancements in marketing and the product development curves, the next one is voice. More and more things are being activated by voice. So we have developed some relationships where we're going to be able to share some really cool case studies on how to integrate your direct mail with voice activated digital assistants. And if you do that and test this out for yourself, you'll also get a postage discount. But imagine you're doing a fundraiser for a school or you're a retail organization and the direct mail says, ask your digital assistant, hey, a person, donate to XYZ. And that command is registered and it goes right through and uses your Amazon Pay or your Google Pay for the end user, so you can get payment right away. Just a really cool technology. So we're super excited about voice this year and how voice will integrate into emerging and advanced technologies. Next one is earned value. As I always say, it's the most boring but the most lucrative of all of the programs. So this runs April 1st to June 30th. It's also the shortest. It only runs for a quarter. Only applies to first class mail. And these are for people that use BREs or BRCs. Now, I guess I always said it was boring. Last year it got a little more exciting because now we can utilize it with share mail. If you're not familiar with share mail, you've got to attend this webinar. Share mail is a very cool way of basically taking the concept of viral marketing as it relates in the social world to direct mail. So I'll explain that more. I hope that piques your interest. But basically the way this program works is that during this period, any return you get through a BRE, a BRC, or any forward you get on a share mail piece, you'll get a 2-cent per piece credit back from the post office. So that's pretty rich. It's bigger than the 2%. And that again is only applying for pieces that come back through the mail. But if you're already using BREs, BRCs as a reply device, this is a no-brainer to sign up for it because you're going to save 2 cents on every one of those pieces that people send back to you. Earn value. The next one up is personalized color trans promotional. So this again is somewhat specific to folks that are producing statements of account, invoices, or any other type of quarterly reports for your customers. And if you're doing it in color already, this is a no-brainer as well. Basically, what the program is all about is adding a personalized message to that statement. It's called an onsert versus an insert that would be in the envelope. So it's actually on the statement that will cross-sell or upsell some other type of service that your company offers. So if you're already in the business of doing personalized color statements, adding a personalized message to the bottom with some other service you'd like to sell certain customers, it's just a no-brainer. You're going to save 2% on the postage. This is only first class because these are statements, so we're talking about PII, so they have to mail first class. That's why it's first class. It has to be color. Okay, this doesn't apply for black and white, and are some changes in terms of what personalization means this year, and I'll go over that when we get to the changes in the overall program. Then mobile shopping. This is always one of our most popular ones because we give away free stuff. So this year's no different. And with our traveling through the decades theme, we hope you're going to find that you'll have some things that will give you some callbacks to your childhood. And depending on how old you are, you may be able to get some nostalgia all the way back to the 60s. That's not everybody we know. So this runs August 1st through December 31st. It applies to marketing mail and nonprofit mail. Again, it's a 2% discount. You have to have some technology that marries your direct mail piece with a mobile platform that you can make a purchase on. So it has to be mobile optimized, either an app or a mobile optimized website, and you have to be able to purchase something. You can't pay a bill. So this is for, if you're selling a service, if you're selling a product. Also, one of the things that's cool is if you're making a donation. So if you're in the fundraising business, if you're a nonprofit, or you're doing a capital campaign for your college or university, and you want people to be able to make a donation, that would actually qualify for this. The other thing that is kind of cool with mobile shopping this year that I'm going to talk about in the changes is that you can use voice activation with the digital assistant as one of the methods for bringing the person to the digital world. So again, mobile shopping is all about going from print to digital in a seamless way. Super exciting, really good program. And then finally, we end with informed delivery, which is probably my second favorite besides emerging and advanced technology, but unbelievable growth in informed delivery. If you don't know what it is, hit the post office's website after this meeting and sign up for it, and then you'll find out what it is. I'm not going to go into it now, but attend this webinar, which is the last one. It's not until the summer because the campaign doesn't run until September. It starts in September through November 30th. Applies to all classes of mail. Again, it's a 2% discount, but it's a way to launch a super easy to implement zero cost omni-channel campaign based on your direct mail piece. You can get social, you can get an email, you can get an email with an 80% open rate and a 7% click-through rate for your product or service. Just unbelievable technology that the USPS has developed. And you can see down below the user growth. When we started this program, there were 14 million users. There are now 32 million users. And this was just as of, I think, the end of September. So it's growing rapidly, informed delivery. All right, so that's the 2021 program. Every year, the USPS makes some changes to this program. Some of it is to adjust to what's happening in the marketplace. Some of it is to prevent them from spending a lot of money if they saw somebody really taking advantage of a loophole in one of these. So here are some of the changes for 2021 that you all need to be aware of. First of all, only one promotion can be applied per mail piece. So some of these campaigns, if you look at the calendar, they overlap. I can't use an informed delivery campaign along with a mobile shopping campaign and get 4% off. So you got to pick or choose which one it is. You can only use one. Second one is that as a rule, you can only use pre-sort indicias or pre-canceled stamps. If you meter your mail and you plan to meter your mail, there is a chance it can get approved. Just give us a little bit of extra time to get through that approval process. One of the advantages of DSGUW is that we do have a detached USPS unit in-house in our Canton facility. So we have USPS employees that work in our building. So sometimes they can get answers a little bit quicker than just going through the normal routes. They do not, however, work for the promotions campaign office. So we still do need some extra time if you're going to meter your mail. Third, EDDM. So EDDM is every door direct mail. I know some of you on the call, I've done campaigns along with you that I know you utilize it, but particularly if you're more of a regional player and try to get into a B2C market to hit every household, every door direct mail is a program where it's very inexpensive postage. There's quite a few limitations in terms of what types of mail you can send, but it will hit every door within the zip codes and the rural routes that you choose. So this is now a valid mail class for emerging and advanced technologies, mobile shopping, and tactile sensory and interactive. So that's pretty cool because the postage rate is way lower than even standard or or pre-sort first class. And this is only the non-retail version. So some smaller, maybe if a pizza shop, they want to do EDDM, they can actually do it, bring it right to their post office. That's called retail EDDM. You're going to the post office. That won't work. You've got to go through a certified mailer. So that's exciting though, because in certain markets, that geographic kind of blanketing works very, very well at a pretty low cost. Here are some of the specific changes to programs by program that are coming up for this year. Tactile, sensory, and interactive, they've eliminated some things in terms of what qualifies. So metallic inks and clear inks no longer qualify. Those prior to this, you could use those as a tactile or sensory, being the metallic site component of the mailer, no longer. Also, linen stock no longer qualifies. I can tell you, if you're using linen stock because you think it's going to give you a better ROI, we should probably have a deeper discussion anyways. But even so, it's not going to qualify for the postage discount either way. Second, earned value. This I got a real kick out of. They specifically said this year that ballot reply mail is not eligible. Nobody knew what the hell ballot reply mail was last year, but now we all do. So if you're in the ballot business and you want to use a BRE to get people to return those ballots, it's pretty much anything having to do with voting, a town census, anything like that. They're saying no to that because they don't want to go any more broke than they already are. And the other thing about earned value, if you participated in this over multiple years, up until this year, the post office would kind of give you a target based on what you did the previous year. So you get a discounted credit. It was like 1.6 cents or something like that, up until the amount of pieces that came back the previous year, and then you get the full 2 cents only over that. This year, it's 2 cents all the way back to the first one. I think people got frustrated with that, and I think they also realized that mail volumes have dropped because of the pandemic, so they don't want to put that caveat in there. So if you're doing earned value, whether this is your first year or your fourth year, you're going to get 2 cents on every single piece. Mobile shopping, digital voice assistants, those are the Google Homes and the A word, are now qualified response tools. So this is really, really cool, right? So you could do a direct mail piece if you're in the retail business, if you're in the fundraising business. It's Wells University, and my capital campaign is going off, and on the front of my envelope, it can say, ask your digital assistant, hey, digital assistant, donate to Wells U capital campaign. We have the technology now to be able to register that command and actually build an entire workflow around that command to bring them through your voice interchange to the donation site, integrate with the customer's Google Pay or Amazon Pay, and get you that donation without even opening the envelope. So really cool technology. Digital voice assistant is now a qualified response tool. We're super thrilled about that. USPS realizes what we do, that voice is really where a lot of response is going in terms of marketing. And personalized color trans promo. So prior to this year, it had to be one-to-one personalization. This year, we can do segmented personalization. So you don't necessarily have to do it for that specific individual. You could have a overall statement mailing of a couple 100,000 statements, and you could have 6 segments within there, and we could personalize or version one-to-many those segments with a cross-sell or upsell opportunity. So that's kind of cool too. So those are the changes for 2021. That's the overview of what the program looks like in 2021. We're pretty excited about it. We think you're going to like this traveling through the decades theme. We're looking forward to taking the journey with you. I'm going to pause right now, check over to the other side at my other screen here for any questions, and see if we have any that I need to answer. And I do not see any right now. If you do have any, feel free to reach out to that email, connect@dsgraphics.com. Also, make sure you click on that little link in the chat if you want to sign up for the encore presentation of the virtual open house. It's only 45 minutes. And download those 2 handouts, right? You've got the 2021 overview calendar, which is this piece, just just the same version of this, as well as our full webinar schedule for the USPS Promotions Campaign for 2021. Thanks everybody for your time. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. I'm going to leave this open for just a few minutes in case people want to download. Take care.